Welcome to Express Drives, ladies and gentlemen. Now Citroën is ready to launch its first vehicle in India, and that's the C5 Aircross. And the French brand has some big plans for the Indian market. Now to know those plans and to know what really Citroën is planning for our country, we have Mr. Roland Bouchara. He is the Senior Vice President Sales and Marketing for Citroën India. And well, thank you, Roland, for talking to us today.
Thank you.
And now Citroën is going to be the newest brand in this big market. So first, tell us a bit on how important is India as a market for Citroën globally. I mean, where does it rank, and what are your long-term plans for the market?
Actually, the decision to launch Citroën in India was part of the internationalization strategy of the PSA Group, which is now Stellantis. We decided to launch Peugeot in the States, Opel in Russia, and Citroën in India. Why India? Clearly, India is already a big market, and we do expect that in the next 4-5 years, the market should double. It is one of the reasons why we decided, as a part of this internationalization, to be in India with Citroën.
Citroën, if you look at the awareness about brands in the Indian market, Citroën is fairly new. So, how big of a challenge do you see that, and what kind of plans do you have to overcome this challenge and make Citroën a well-known brand within India?
You're right. Citroën is not so well known today in India, even if Citroën has a century history, because Citroën started in 1919 in France and has been quite an iconic brand, notably in Europe. Not only, but notably in Europe. So then we have already launched the brand in India. The awareness of the brand is going to increase with the launch of our first new product, which is the C5 SUV, which is the flagship of Citroën. Why the flagship? Is because it's a premium car, SUV segment, and is gathering the main unique selling point, notably the comfort, which has been a legendary unique selling point for Citroën. So this is going to be the first car, but you know, our objective in India is not to launch one model. We are launching this flagship at the same time as the brand in order to increase the know-how of the brand using this flagship. Then we will launch one product every year. And these products are going to come from our CQ program that we announced in April 19. This CQ program is coming from a platform which is going to be launched first in India. And that is a kind of premiere for an OEM to develop and to launch such platform, which is going to be so important for the group in other countries, that's his own country or continent. That's in India first. And the particularity of this platform is it has been engineered in India, designed in India for Indian people first. And then this platform is going to generate a full lineup. This full lineup will be based on this platform, which is going to be almost fully localized in India.
All right, great. And like you said, it's going to be a platform that will spawn different kind of vehicles. So what is the first vehicle we can expect from this platform, and by when? I'm sure our viewers would want to know.
Well, as you can expect, I'm not going to unveil today this lineup, because today we are here to launch the C5 SUV, and soon we will communicate about the first car coming from this platform. But today I'm not going to unveil. We are keeping this kind of surprise for another day, if I may say.
You also spoke about the localization that will be there on this platform. So can you tell us a bit on what kind of success have you had with the localization till now? What percentage are you aiming when the new vehicle is launched?
Alors, first of all, to answer to your question, I need probably to give you some key information in order to understand the way that I'm going to tell you. First of all, we have already in India 2 factories. One based in Hosur, as you know, is already manufacturing gearbox and engine, and as well the axle for the C5 SUV. And then we have another factory close to Chennai in Tiruvalur, who is going to manufacture the car, assemble the cars. Bon. So concerning the CQ program, the rate of localization will be clearly almost 100%, over 90% in India. That is going to be one of the key success of the development of this platform in India.
And if you talk about the Indian market presently, it's mostly across segments, it's mostly SUVs that are doing very well in terms of sales. So are you looking at, when you talk about different vehicles coming up from the platform, are you primarily going to look at SUVs, or would you look at body styles beyond SUVs?
Actually, look at the TIV. TIV is increasing, even if the COVID has slowed down the growth of the TIV, but who knows? But we hope altogether that the COVID will be behind us in the next months.
Right.
At this stage, difficult to say. Nevertheless, when we speak about the next 4 or 5 years and the market is going to be around between 4 and 5 million vehicles, that means at the same time that the segment are going to change. Are going to change. Why? It's because organically, I mean, the kind of customers as well going to be changed as well, and the growth of the middle class is going to change the current structure of the segment, which explains today why there are two brands dominating the market, and we have 26 other brands within 3 and 5% market share. The main reason is because these two brands are mainly concentrated on the segment A, the small segment, but because the percentage of first buyer in India is quite high and buying a small car. But organically, all along with the increase of the market, the segments are going to move, and you have just mentioned the SUV, who is representing today more than 25%. It's a big change compared with 10 years ago. We do believe as well this kind of SUV and other segments are going to develop, and some other segments are going to emerge. Alors, all the job of marketing is to anticipate what will be the new era of this segment who are going to change the market. It is why we have developed this kind of CQ program and a view of this kind of market and segment evolution.
Once the C5 Aircross is launched in the market, can you share what kind of expectations you have from this model? And if you can share any kind of numbers, what kind of sales are you looking at?
What I can tell you is that, and the car because you experience the car today, which is really a premium SUV, which is going to be, I do believe, a key player within this kind of segment, premium SUV. Okay, clearly. Now, giving you a number is a bit hazardous because COVID time period is not yet finished.
Yep.
We don't know what the market will be this year. We hope it will be much better, but we don't know because we don't know if we are going to move from the second wave to the third wave or whatever. It's difficult to say. So I would prefer you to keep in mind that we expect within the segment, whatever the size being one of the key players. I will prefer to say that at this stage because giving you figures without knowing what the way that the market is going to move on this year will be a little bit, hazardous.
You're starting off with 10 dealers for your network in India right now. Can you tell us what's the plan ahead, and by when do you plan to achieve what kind of number in the network expansion?
Yes, sure. You're right. We are starting with 10 dealers covering the main 10 cities, mainly where this kind of market for SUV is located, for sure. Then we'll have to prepare the launch of the circuit program. And all along the launch, as we said, we'll keep our promise to launch new product every year. And all along the launch of these products, we will align the number of dealers, notably when we speak about this CQ program being in a mainstream segment. So we will increase all along this kind of dealership, but keeping in mind the same strategy, meaning this development of a phygital network illustrated by La Maison Citroën, meaning a leaner footprint with a smaller showroom but digitalized showroom. Digital showroom, and that will keep this kind of strategy, which is our USP, to control the overall global comfort that we want to offer our potential customers.
That was the conversation with Roland Bouchara, ladies and gentlemen, and do not forget to tune into the next episodes of Express Drive's Interactions.